Hey there, welcome to a new video. Ableton just released their new 12.3 beta version, and in this video I want to cover up all the new features. So let's get right into it. The first cool new feature is that we are now able to bounce groups into place. I've prepared this little chord loop here, which sounds like this. And yeah, let's just bounce it to audio. I will highlight this area and then we can press right click on the group and bounce it into place. This is what it looks like. And after a few seconds, the rendering is done. Also note that it will replace your current tracks, so maybe duplicate them so they are not getting lost. This is what it sounds like. Just the chords I mentioned, and together with the sub bass, it would sound like this. This was the first cool new feature. The next cool new feature is the new auto pen tremolo. This is what it looks like. Let me also load in an EQ and an old auto pen to just compare. You can already see that the UI is quite different. So let's test it on the chords. First we have the panning mode, as usual. And finally we are able to pan sounds without having to deal with loudness loss. So when we would try this with the auto pan from before, it would sound like this. It would be much quieter. Look at the EQ. So with the new auto pan tremolo, we are not losing the volume, which is extremely good because this was always an issue when using the old auto pan. And yeah, then we can adjust the rate here as usual and the shape, nothing new, but we have some new shapes, which are random, I think so. I'm not quite sure, but it looks like they are doing randomized stuff. What we can also do is activating the new tremolo feature, which is this one right here. So you can use it like an LFO immediately within the auto pan mode. You could also use the panning mode and just adjust the phase here like we used to do it. But with the new tremolo mode, we have some new abilities. We can now move the shape and transform it from a triangle to a sine, a square, and a saw, basically. Like we would do it in Serum, for example, or with a standard LFO. Which can be pretty useful. What we can also do is integrating some attack. So we can move the slider down here and create a little automation. So at first the effect is very weak and then it's getting more intense, as you can see here in the graph. And we can also adjust the frequency by selecting rate, time, sync, triplet, dotted, and 16th notes. And when we go to the 16th note pattern, which is also new, we now have the ability to go really into detail how we want the signal to be panned. For example, in 7/16th, which is also kind of cool to have now. Let's go back to the panning mode really quick. When you click on this little spin icon right here, we get this new mode. And now when we move this, you can see that the left and the right channel are being displayed differently. So the left channel is doing a different automation compared to the right channel, for example. This slider down here is just increasing the effect and then decreasing it again. So it's getting faster and slower. Also really cool to have now. And now when we enable some attack, I'm demonstrating this new feature again, that the effect is increasing over time. And another cool thing what we can do now is press right click on an effect of your choice like auto pan and then compare and switch to a B application. So now we are able to compare between two different versions of the same effect. Let's switch to B now, and this is the default layout again of the auto pan. And now we can just do some stuff here and press right click again and compare to the A again. So we can quickly compare between two different setups for the plugin. And if we are happy with one, we can also copy A to B, for example. Let's switch to B again, and now we have the copied value. Let me quickly open a new project file for you so I can demonstrate to you the new stem separation feature. If you are enjoying the video already, make sure to drop a like and subscribe so you don't miss the latest plugin reviews and production videos. So the new project file has just opened, and what I want to show you is the new stem separation tool. I prepared a little track right here by dveight prevail. To save some time, I already prepared the stem rendering, but we can now press right click and just press on separate stems to new audio tracks. Then it would open this window right here, so we can differentiate between vocals, drums, bass, and others. So now we can select the ones we want to have, and then we can just press on separate, and it will do the rendering process. But because this takes some time, I want to skip this now because I've already prepared it here. And yeah, this is what it looks like. This is what the original sounds like. Some tearout dubstep stuff. And now we got the vocal lane, which is this one right here. Kinda accurate, but now when we are on the drums, I noticed that it has difficulties by detecting transients because we have the drums, but also we have the high-end noise from the bass. So the actual bass, which got separated into the third stem, is just the sub-bass. And when I'm thinking of stem separation, I want the drums to be separated from the entire bass, which also includes high-end, if you know what I mean. This is a little bit weird. Maybe they will adjust it in the future. Also, we got the other track right here, which just includes other stuff. And yeah, I don't know how it's determining the other stuff. Maybe by selecting instruments like this guitar here. But yeah, it's definitely a cool feature. Also for sound designing in combination with the warping modes as well. There are also a few minor changes. If you just want to go more into detail, check out the Ableton website. And that's it for today's video. Let me know what you think about this new beta. And thanks for watching. See you in the next video. Have a great day and goodbye.